He's a fucking mad cunt bearing. Even has a shitty theme song, stolen off another show. Bearing puts the cancer on the YouTubes, and that's why Bearing is a cunt. Forget fake news, alt-right memes could do more damage to democracy. This is the latest abortion of an article fed to us by the good people at Salon.com. There's a link to the full original article in the description. This week saw President Trump cross yet another line in his use of his Twitter account. Trump tweeted a meme of himself symbolically beating up CNN. While to some it might have appeared to be a funny way to epitomise Trump's feud with CNN, to many the meme was aggressive, immature and inflammatory. CNN took the attack seriously and released a statement stating, "It is a sad day when the President of the United States encourages violence against reporters." Yeah, I think encourages violence against reporters might be a bit of a stretch. I'd be more comfortable with encourages choreographed play fights with corporate logos. And granted, it's an odd day when that happens. It's a sad day when major news networks blackmail 15-year-old kids into silence for shitposting on Reddit. What is interesting is the way that rants and memes and other alt-right tirades have major success in shaping public opinion. And while there is a through line between these outbursts and fake news, it is important to point out that the rants are likely far more influential than fake news in shaping political perception. This means that the real lesson for CNN and other mainstream news outlets is not that the president is immature enough to share a stupid meme attacking the news, but rather that their focus on fake news has distracted them from the real story: the rise of emotional, aggressive, inflammatory, bigoted,
racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic
communication on social media, and the power that these posts have in shaping the ideas of the Trump-supporting alt-right. Are you fucking serious? The real lesson for CNN and other mainstream news outlets is don't for a second assume you can get away with leaning on the little guy, because the internet will take a shit all over your public image. The internet's just a fuckload of little guys who will collectively outgun you every time. And that's not an exclusively alt-right thing. Fuck, even super lefty social justice types like Peter Coffin took part in collectively shitting on CNN this week, because what CNN did was wrong. Well beyond the problem of fake news, which at least tried to pose as news, these posts are pure opinion, outburst and excess. There is nothing about these posts that even remotely compare to news reporting, and that's why they are popular. At a moment in US history where trust in the news is at a record low, we are seeing the growing power of individuals outside of traditional media circuits who have built a following by suggesting that their voices are more authentic and more accurate than those of the so-called liberal, elitist majority silencing news. Well, I don't think we're just talking about funny WrestleMania memes anymore. In any case, if there are people on the internet that the public would prefer to listen to instead of the mainstream news because trust in the mainstream news is at a record low, then that should tell you that the mainstream news are doing something drastically wrong. So rather than pissing and moaning about fucking shit posters on the internet, it might be time for a little self-reflection. Overall, the Reddit community on The Donald frequently shares hate speech posts that are openly Islamophobic, misogynistic, racist,
sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic,
and outright offensive. This makes the fact that both Twitter and the White House defended the tweet against accusations of hate speech and violence even more disturbing. Okay, well, any accusation of violence over this is just fucking ridiculous. Memes can't beat you up. Even incitement of violence is an incredibly thin stretch. And defended the tweet against accusations of hate speech is just another way of saying defended the tweet against the suppression of free speech. Not a very shocking move for the US federal government on account of that whole First Amendment thing. As BuzzFeed notes, there is a sprawling new universe of far-right internet personalities who have aligned themselves with a new right or alt-right or new far-right political youth movement in the US. This group is interested in moving their trolling to the real world. BuzzFeed. The people that bought us such quizzes as order a pizza and we'll guess which Ninja Turtle you are, and which Disney princess song are you based on your zodiac sign. Who gives a fuck what BuzzFeed notes? Whether on Reddit or YouTube or another form of social media, these alt-right rants share a few key beliefs. As Malia Rolt explains in a piece on YouTube and the alt-right, those posting right-wing hate speech all believe that the media is untrustworthy and political correctness has gone too far, and see advocacy for equality for all as a threat to freedom of speech. Well, if Malia Rolt believes that advocacy for equality for all is interchangeable with third-wave intersectional feminism, social justice activism, or any other type of identity politics-based ideology, then she's dealing with a lot more than just the alt-right. It's really not uncommon for one to believe that the media is untrustworthy, political correctness has gone too far, and third-wave feminists and social justice warriors do pose a threat to freedom of speech.
Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.